So without further ado, I think didn't we stop at the top of a round? Whoa, hold on.
It says it's Drez's turn.
Oh yes, okay. I think what happened was, I think I added in all those dudes. Well, no, because we're at Drez. All right, well we'll go with it. Drez.
It would have been my turn because I just ran up there, and then yeah, you put all these characters in, and yeah.
And then after, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, sure. Thank you. So yes, Drez from the rear.
All right, let's see. I have got a free hand, so the first thing I'm going to have to do is chug a healing potion.
Very nice.
And let's see, would you say that where I'm at right now, I've got enough cover to be out of line of sight so I can hide?
You are unobserved, yes.
All right, so that is what I'm going to do next. And then just for good measure for that last one, I am going to draw which one am I going to draw here? It's like opening up my coat full of weapons and trying to pick the right one. I'm just going to go ahead and...
All your weapons are snakes!
Well, yes, but that's by design. I'm going to draw one of my daggers here. And that's in for my turn.
Alrighty. So this Flame Drake rampages, having no one to rampage towards. He simply flies up in place here about 25 feet, and he just starts to hover here in front of the building. This sneaky sneak, being almost defeated, steps back over here behind the building, and begins to try to treat their wounds, but they don't have a healer kit. This boar right here is seemingly confused, having he doesn't see these two disappeared folks. Its master slain right before it. It steps right over here and begins to kind of nuzzle its nose at the corpse of Helgi Ironhair. Let's see. This last snake over here retreats, and it looks like I had not put any of these four into the order yet. So, at the end of this round, let's do that. You guys remember that thing early on about grouping them up?
Yeah, right. That thing that's guaranteed to wipe the party?
Man, come on. Just scared. I mean, look, they're already grouped up right here. Alright, so
8 of them get to go all at once without any opportunity to stop them.
Unless somebody delays. Because you can delay after opposing folks, can't you? There's no restriction in that, yeah?
I don't have a clue.
I think you can. So, One Eye here opens up with a kick to you, Sir Durwin, while you are down. Let's see here. Oh no, you're not down. You're quickened, or were quickened.
Yeah.
I thought that was prone.
Yeah, we were quickened.
So missing you, he he kind of gives you a backhanded comment, and then swings a great club at you for his last action. He misses horribly though, and hits this sneak to the side of you. And that sneak says, "Hey, what's the big idea?" All right, Neji. What do you guys want Neji to do? He is invisible.
Is he greater invisible or regular invisible? I forget which. I know one of you two were not regular invisible, right?
Let me just look at his spell list here. He's gonna be just the regular one, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm greater. I believe he was just level 2 invisibility.
Okay.
Are you able to cast it? Can you only cast at level 2 and higher?
Yeah, I believe it's a level 2 spell. Well, it might be different for a bard. I'm not sure.
No, all spells should be the same. It's just different. Yeah, no, I think they should be the same.
Let me scroll up and see. Or have I caught him cheating? He's got all his... He's got... The only spell slots he's missing is 2 first level.
No, it is, because he has it in the 4th level slot. And that's his greater invisibility. Then he has it in his 2nd slot.
What? Yeah, what I'm saying is so I looked at his spell book, right? To try to see, okay, is he missing like 1 second level? You following me on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like he didn't cast it at the right level.
Or...
Not all.
Busted. Alright, boom. Well, because I made him invisible.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? When he said he was cast invisible, I made him invisible, and he probably was like, well, I didn't even have to do nothing.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all know he did. We all know him.
No.
Alright, so it would have been the first one, right?
Yeah, let's put it at the first one. Can't fight it. Anyways, what do we want him to do? Because once he does something, that would of invisibility.
But now he could heal on you guys, right? He could soothe, yes. Soothe's not a hostile action, yes.
Yeah, he could do that.
Yes, that is true. So yeah, get him to heal. Drez, do you need some healing?
Yeah, I'm about 30 points or so down.
Okay, so I'm gonna do what he would never do and use his spell slots to cast Soothe on you guys. No, he cast Soothe. Let's see, what's the requirement? I just have to see you? Not touch, right? Range 30 feet. Alright, so let's hit you with a...
Right on the dot.
Boom, I just blessed you. And you are soothed. He has 1 action remaining. You want to move?
Yeah, I just don't know where.
He should definitely kind of stay back at the moment until we deal with the Drake.
Yeah.
Can he get into this building over here to the left that I was in earlier?
Yeah, for sure.
I'd say that would probably be, you know,
Alright, so
he's unseen.
He steps into this building and into a pile of excrement that you left in here. What were you doing? You were only in here for a minute.
Man, if you can't tell the difference between human shit and boar shit, I don't know what to tell you.
He's a gnome. Alright, Vega.
I guess it's all big shit to him.
How you doing for hit points there, Durwin?
Not bad at all, actually.
Ask him after the next 6 turns.
Yeah, just ask me next round. That'll be a different story.
If you're conscious and alive.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
I
picking
asked 'cause-
Barbarian next character.
I asked because I do have
Do
Cone
it.
of Cold.
Do it.
My last Cone of Cold in my robes.
That
I hit
sounds
everything.
sketch as fuck.
So yeah, I just gotta move again back to where I was.
Hey, baby. Check that.
You want to see my cone of cold?
Oh, it's
The
paused.
game's paused.
I'm sorry. How did you get paused? Oh, I must have hit something. Alright.
Oh, just let me do a quick measurement here to make sure I can hit everybody. Cone, cone, cone.
You're gonna measure your cone of cold.
Yeah. You don't
Dude.
measure yours?
I mean, not every time.
Dude, earlier my pops was on Discord with me here, and he was like, I don't know, he couldn't hear me, but he could hear the soundboard, but he didn't know what the hell it was that was making that noise. I just kept hitting the air horn. Can you imagine being trying to fix some computer thing and it's just burr, burr, burr.
Alright, I think I can hit them all from here. I'm not sure how to actually cast it from my robes. So I'm just gonna,
Let's see. You should just be able to cast it like normal, and then
yeah, I'll just do it that way. Just remember I have no more spell on my robes.
Since it's on your robes, how do you get it back? Do you have to rest, or do you have to
daily
Yeah, when
preparation.
we rest during daily preparation, I have to do it.
Well, and you could probably do like, well, no, because I was gonna say you could click like that it's not invested, but it wouldn't give you the AC bonus if you do that. We
Yeah.
could just remember if you've cast it for the day or not.
Okay, I'm gonna have to. Since I still can't figure out how to fucking rotate my things, I'm just gonna draw it.
It's shift and then with the scrolling of the mouse.
Now, it looks like it is supposed to cost you some money. You
When
see
I
that?
reinvest it, right?
Is that what? Let's see. Oh, when you inscribe it with that spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but without any, you must provide. Oh, okay, yeah. So but you could inscribe it with a spell that you just know, right?
Yeah, and I know Cone of Cold, so I should be able to just inscribe.
Yeah, there it is. One spell you know if it. Okay. I just totally read that in reverse from the bottom up. Let's go.
Basic reflex save from everyone except the 2 with the way at the back. Preemptively roll my damage.
Ooh.
That includes you.
Daryl, you
know.
want to roll your own?
I'm doing it right now.
I apologize if I just killed you.
Ah, I got success out of it.
He hasn't even really been hit yet.
Yeah,
So.
I'm at 114 out of 123. I'm not doing too bad.
Seeing lots of failures in there too.
Yeah.
Alright, boys and girls. So, let's see
Lots
what
of
our
critical
results
fail.
are here. So, Cone of Cold is coming at you guys. Sir Durwin, he sees it coming, but, I mean, you know, big clunky armor still takes half of that to the face. Oh, that's great. Both chats do that. Scroll down to the bottom thing. Alright, so this sneak right here, let's see which one you are. Sneaky sneak. This sneak over here totally didn't see it coming. Blinded by Durwin and is smoked by the Cone of Cold. This one here did see it coming, dodged out of the way, just takes a very severe wound. Let's see. Crit, success, fail. This one here had no chance. Takes it all to the face. One Eye himself. He tried to get out of the way, but he bumped into Durwin, so he also failed. And he takes a severe wound. Let's see. Last but not least, this sneak up here saw Eamon get hit by it and dodged out of the way of most of it. On the bottom floor, these guys suffered the worst of it. This flame drake, weak to cold already, did not see this coming and is obliterated. Likewise, this blood boar had no chance at survival and is wasted away in a cone of cold.
I think I just found my new favorite spell.
Not fireball
Right.
anymore.
Well, against the flame drake, I figured that'd be fucking useless.
Yeah.
And that's 3, right? Move and 2 to cast.
Yep.
Alright, Sir Durwin, the odds look a little better. What shall you
Alright.
do, sir?
First action is I'm going to touch myself and where I am. There we go. Lay on hands.
Tumble through and jump off the roof.
I feel I could actually do this because they're not really that big hitters. I feel like, so I just want to heal myself up, hit one eye, and then raise my shield, and yeah.
I mean, if
We
you can
threw 'em.
hold out, hopefully we're through with any additional ads down here. We can come join
Yeah.
you.
I feel like we actually got this.
Having heard that, Eamon whistles. No.
You're a point. I'm sorry. I can't do that.
You got cocky.
Yeah.
And hold on,
Shh, the
your
dice can hear you.
your lay on hands heals you for 31.
Don't
Yes.
get cocky, kid.
Alright, you're hero pointing that roll?
Yes.
Alright.
And I raise my shield, and that's the end of my turn.
Alright, so taking a defensive stance. Drez, what will you do?
All right, it's time to start moving.
Where are you moving to?
You will see.
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
I'm moving to right there.
Alright, bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
Alright.
My frightened should be gone by now, right?
Say again.
My
Oh, wait.
Yes, it should have passed without.
We still have quickened in effect, right?
I thought that was last turn.
Or is that
No.
gone?
No,
Okay.
it should be
I'll
gone.
take that off. All right.
Yeah.
I did accidentally get rid of my courage.
Alright, so is that it for you moving there?
That's it for me.
Alright, so this sneak hears you at the bottom of the stairs.
I can't be heard.
Can't be heard.
I can't be detected by any
Right.
imprecise senses anymore.
So this sneak moves to the stairs to check and sees you.
I was moving stealthily as well, so
Okay. So this sneak moves out onto the stairs, and you are attempting to be stealth. You duck just out of sight into the shadows right here. And you see that this sneak has taken up a guard position at the door. This Drake is dead. This sneak wastes no time coming at you, Durwin. Your shield saving you from a rapier strike. However, another one comes at you. Disgusted with herself. This one just crouches down in a ready position. The one behind you all here. You overhear her speaking to her compatriot, and she says, fuck this, I'm out of here, and begins to leave. And makes it just out of sight past this dilapidated building. This one on the top of the roof tries to catch you distracted, Sir Durwin. Her first hit is successful. Her second one critically unsuccessful. And you catch the bite of a rapier. Oops. Not herself. There you go. Catch the bite of a rapier. And let's see. Oh, yes, she would be flat-footed by them. But alright, so no extra effect on that because she wasn't sneaking. Let's see. Last but not least, this one down here looks up at the one that has just come into guard duty. She gets some orders barked at her, and she just throws down her sword and runs away with her after her friend.
I always think it'd be funny imagining the movie version of this. This little 3-foot kobold is our frontline fighter.
I mean,
He has the spirit of the green monster.
And he just hides behind his shield and no one can hit him.
Alright, so this fella, he lunges at you, Sir Durwin. Ooh, that's not gonna work, is it? And he misses horribly, but you can tell he was trying to grab a hold of your wrists to bind them. You schlep off the attack, though, and it passes to the invisible bard cowering in the closet over here. You guys want him to do?
Phantasmal killer.
So you need to see this guy? So you gotta move out of there?
I think you'd have to move out and then cast it and become visible.
That's one living creature. Oh, sorry though, you can see the vacation. Race is forced to attack. Okay. So yeah, you just want to just step straight out where you can see him.
Yeah, may as well.
So he looks at Eamon, he probes his mind, and he searches for the thing that he fears the most. He finds it, and he conjures an illusion. However, Eamon is not prepared, and he just is wrapped, even though this isn't the thing he's most terrified of. He's terrified enough to the tune of 26 damage. So his mind is ripped apart as Neji tears into him and leaves him just racked with fear. he is now frightened too. That's 3 for Neji. Vega, what will you do?
Do I have line of sight on this guy?
Yeah, he's up on the
Yeah,
roof,
right?
but you can see him, yeah.
Well, let's do this one. My ray.
What you gonna do? Just do it all your cold spells, though?
We're gonna do a lightning bolt, so I have to
Okay.
move down 2 and cast lightning bolt. My keyboard never moves my fucking character anymore.
Hmm.
Never. Only cast it at 3rd level, so it's not quite as damaging, but reflex.
Alright, so One Eye jumps out of the way, and he thinks he's safe, but as he's falling out of the way, he falls to the ground dead from the shock. And as he's totally out of the way, the bolt goes straight into this sneak right here and just zaps her almost dead. Alright,
That's
you
the
moved and
enemy.
cast. Yeah. You said what?
That's the enemy.
Yeah. Sir Durwin. Right to the point.
Well, I'm sure he said it. He's probably muted.
Yep, 100% muted. But yes, going to attack the one that Vega just attacked. And if
Alright.
she ain't dead.
You are successful in your assault, and you knock this thief dead to the ground.
Alright, and go for the next one. And then re-raise my shield. And that's the end of my turn.
Drez, how will you follow up?
Alright, I am going to travel up the stairs.
Okay.
Pause for just the time of a heartbeat to see if this person notices me or not.
You have indeed come into there. Ray. As you get to the top of the stairs, there is a loud creak, but you are not noticed.
Sucker.
Alright, you viciously savage this sneak from behind and enfeeble him.
Let's do the slow, because I have a feeling that they're going to try to run here soon, too.
Alright.
Of course, you can't run if you're dead.
And of course, this is the game where you always crit and roll high.
Right. Age of Ashes, it's never higher than a 3, and over here, I just nuke everything.
Alright, well, you swing your rapier down and plunge it straight into her heart, killing her dead. At the sight of all of her companions slaughtered, this one makes a break for the edge of the roof, triggering a reaction from you, Sir Durwin. You miss as she's able to jump off the roof. And almost makes it away. But luckily, it's her turn. and she runs away. Ending this encounter for you all successfully. So all around you, the bodies of slavers lay cold. Some of them still a bit warm. Wait a minute. Get out of here. There we go. Those that remain should be lootable if they are carrying anything. Hold on, bro. You're dead. But your attention for the moment should be on, so underneath this staircase, right about here, is the door to this facility. Or wait, excuse me, I pointed at the wrong one. It's actually right here on this end is the door to this place.
All right, I move to the door and I check it for traps.
Okay. Let's see. And then you do not find anything out of the ordinary on the door here.
I try it to see if it's locked.
Surprisingly, it is not locked, and the door comes open. Do you want to walk in?
I'll do another perception check of what I can see inside before I do.
Okay. So as you open up this door, you are immediately hit with just dry air filled with the odor of fish and other kind of meat. Mostly fish, some pork as well. Around the walls of this place are meat that is in various stages of being, cured and finished. But you don't really notice any of that at the moment because crouched and cowered in here, really just stuffed in, are about 16 prisoners. One of them is quite elderly. They introduce themselves to you as the village leader and ask you to, let them all out of here.
I assume they're manacled.
They are, for the most part, not manacled. They've
just been shut up in
They're
here.
like women and children, so they're...
Gotcha. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to step aside from the door and let them all file out.
All right. So they do so, and they ask you all if it's safe to go back to, town.
Yes.
Slaver leader is dead. We've wrecked their ship. As far as we know, they're all gone.
Well, they thank you profusely. They ask you about the ship, the Genie Smile. They tell you that you should go and check there because that's where the rest of the villagers are.
Taken care of.
They're just overjoyed at this news. They tell you they also heard some of the Scarlet Triads talking about arsonists for, starting an assault from the boathouse, and that you guys should go and check on that.
Okay.
You did that already. The boathouse where you fought those creatures in the water.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
So
let's put a check mark beside that one too.
Thrilled that you guys have seemingly liberated the town, she finally tells you all that she overheard One Eye, that's the guy who was on the roof shooting at you, talking about a business called Sunset Imports in Cantargo. She tells you that must be the front for this horrendous slavery operation that they have going on. And she begs you to go and, chase this down and prevent this happening from any other, town. With that, she, obviously thanks you. She tells you are all welcome to stay and prepare as best you need to in town here. You can stay with any of the families. She'll arrange it herself. And she toddles off with kind of, the rest of everyone in tow here, back towards the village. For finding out these rumors, you will receive 80 experience points. For defeating One-Eye Aemon. Well, you guys are 9 in here, right?
Yep.
For a few more seconds, yeah.
Let's see. You guys are level 9. You will receive 60 experience points for defeating One-Eye Aemon.
That should put us 85 points into level 10.
Let me make sure I didn't double that up. I don't think I did. Yeah, no, that's right. All right. So, do you guys need a moment or a path muncher? You want me to put your number in? I don't. Y'all are trusted players here, but I don't know if that lets you import like you need to use path muncher.
I'll just take a minute and
Yeah,
add
I'll
my
just
stuff here.
2 or
Okay.
3 minutes. I'll be good to go.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go beat my meat. I'll be right back. Now I'm gonna go get some water.
Alright, I can be a little bit more sneaky now.
And I can be a lot more sneaky. I can only be detected on critical failure now.
I just put a skill point into stealth. Guess hanging out with you rubbed off, and I'm a little more sneakier. Maybe not.
I mean, you got plus 14 total to it, and that's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that Foundry will do the same thing it does for my reflex and just automatically count failures as successes. They're all blind rolls, so I don't actually
Yeah,
know.
should. Yeah.
It's pretty good about that stuff, though.
Yo.
What up?
Okay.
So how much does Shake think that we really kill this character?
Eventually, he's going to stop falling for it, but I'm going to milk it until he does.
You listen. You know though. You know there's some part of it.
Oh yeah, yeah. There is a little part of him that is afraid right now.
It's like, fuck. Are they kidding? He's like, yeah, they're kidding. And then a couple minutes later, what if they're not kidding? They would do some shit like that.
Oh, please make it so that, like, right when we open it up, he's dead.
That he won't feel so bad after he realizes we used his gold to buy all that stuff.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. All right, dude. I give you a one-time opportunity. 300 gold to rest. Are y'all good though?
Yes.
I think so.
I was just sitting here messing with my
I'm
lead
actually looking for my class feat that I can't find.
Robbo, which is
See if it... Greater Bloodline.
Greater bloodline. Is it an actual feat or is it just like an extension of your other one?
It's a
Or both?
class feat it's supposed to be.
So it's a whole different one. Or
Yeah,
is,
it
I
adds
guess
the
you know what I
dragon
mean though. Is it just taking the thing again, or is it a whole?
In Path Builder, it was a whole different thing.
Okay.
Allows me to grow dragon wings.
Sonic. Bloodline Draconic. Let's see. Where you at? He's Bloodline Draconic Blue Dragon. Let's look at that this year. So you got a link or something you can show me? Because I'm not seeing it. Wait, I see here. Bloodline spells. Initial. Greater. So you just need the spell. Yes. Because I see it's bloodline spells, initial dragon claws, advanced dragon breath, greater dragon wings, right?
Yeah. And then advanced, it's a class feat though. Advanced bloodline added. When I added the advanced bloodline, it gave me the.
It's called advanced bloodline in Pathfinder.
That's the first one is bloodline spells. Then in class feats on my sheet right now it says advanced bloodline. I got at level 6. And then
Right.
at level 10 I'm supposed to get the fucking
The
greater.
greater. Right. Okay.
It's all just it was in Path Builder anyway.
Yeah, no, I see it. I see what you're talking about. I see it. It's right here. But so functionally though, what you
Functionally,
need,
it just gives me the spell.
right? But you have to add it, right?
We'll see.
Like you still need to add it into this the focus spells.
Yeah, looks like it. The hell's it called again?
I got it right here.
Oh.
I just did it.
You're a gentleman.
It's still the same, right? It uses focus points to cast.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I get an extra focus point for getting it. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you, sir. All right. I just need to add a new 5th level spell I learned, and then another slot, and we're good to go. Level 10's a good level, especially if we get all the upgrades for our base. I'll just link my new spell.
Oh.
So whenever we do more earn income, are you gonna sell dragon rides to kids?
Well, don't I control the entire underground at this point? Maybe I'll just use my dragon to go and take out my enemies.
That'd be a pretty short ride for the kid because it only can sustain for 1 minute.
It's still 1 minute of them getting to ride a dragon.
Yeah, how much would you pay to ride a dragon for a minute?
All right.
Got to be like $5,000 a pop, right?
Yeah.
And I can cast it 4 times, so.
Yeah. But I mean, read it carefully. I would tell you before you commit to picking it, because I don't think it's exactly what you think it is.
No, I read it over. I get to summon a flame drake at this level. Not a full dragon.
So is that it?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
We're good. All right. So you have released all of the folks out of the smokehouse here and reunited them back into their village. There's not really much more you could do here other than go and speak to some of them. You are kind of the heroes now of Cypress Point, as it were. You could go back and rest up, try to get more information about Kintargo and or the Scarlet Triad and or what's been going on.
Could definitely use a rest.
Yeah. Let's go back to the village, rest. I want to try and get more information on the city, see what we're getting ourselves into.
Go to the pub, have a beer, get some info, and then go to have a nap.
Yeah. Is there a pub in this small village?
Every village has a pub.
May not be, you know, up and running just as of yet, considering everyone just was released from the clutches of slavers, but probably has a pub, sure. Let's see here. Let's take you back to Cypress Point. Let's clean this map up a little bit.
I've got to think for the heroes that just saved everyone, they'll open the bar for us whenever we want.
I think we could just take a keg and sit down somewhere and drink.
Alright, so as you come into town here, a throng of folks welcome you, and they all thank you heartily for saving them from the horrible fate that was about to befall them. Let's see here. They strike up a bit of music, and they all seem to be in much better spirits. They offer you all a feast, and they point over to the house next to where you just stayed, this one here. They tell you that a feast has been prepared in your honor, and to come and join them and eat and heal up and all that good stuff. So, will you join them?
Oh, yes.
Yep.
All right. So you all make your way over there. As you're feasting, a tall, lanky, kind of sallow-looking human, he walks up to you and he tells you that he's very impressed with your work, and he'd appreciate having you as companions or bodyguards. He tells you that he is a very, very important diplomat. You see, he's from the Umbral Court in Nadal, and he was on his way to Cantargo to speak to the city's ruling Silver Council when he was waylaid here in Cypress Point, and he was among the people you just freed from the slavers here. Anyway, he doesn't necessarily approve of this welcome that he's gotten as he's entered into the territory of Ravenel, and he's not quite sure now that his entreaties to the Silver Council will be as friendly as he first anticipated, and that's why he wants to hire you guys. Now, you all know a little bit about Nadal because it is one of the oldest civilizations, right, of Golarion. But I don't believe any of you necessarily have a background that would make you like an expert in it. However, you all have heard tales of the Umbral Court. All right, and this is the ruling class of Nadal, and they essentially are how about this? They are closely aligned with Cheliacs, the like infernal worshippers. So that should give you all you need to know about them, right? There is rumors that their distant ancestors made, binding pacts with evil forces, and so anyway, needless to say, they're not quite the friendship ambassadors you would expect, and so you're a little confused as to him being here on a diplomatic mission. He doesn't offer much more to you at this point.
Sense motive?
Sure. So you are quite sure that he is being genuine with you, but you sense that he is hiding the specifics of his mission.
Well, I'd like to flat out ask him what I tell him I want to know the specifics of his mission before I agree to anything.
Well, so he explains to you that he's there to simply set up trade relations, but his specific area of expertise is with Velstrak, called Chitons by those outside their society. These are cruel, amoral fiends from the shadow plane that are obviously monstrosities, horrors, abominations in most places in the world. But in places like Nedal and Cheliax, these beings, these entities, have found a home, a place to prosper. However, they find when they try to, branch out and go abroad that they are not always accepted. And so he's come with the olive branch, as it were, to try to establish relations between the Silver Council and, of course, his nation of Nadal, but specifically, like I say, he is an expert in the relations of these interplanar peoples and their mortal counterparts. Like I say, though, he has become concerned that Kintargo is much more dangerous than he anticipated. And, besides not expecting a warm welcome for these types of creatures and people that are advocating for them, he also just is a little concerned in general about the, safety. Kind of like if one of you guys came down to an American city.
I want to ask him how much he's offering.
He at first is a little taken aback by this.
But I say to him, my mother always told me, if you're good at something, never do it for free.
So he tells you that he can't necessarily negotiate that with you, but his superiors in Kintargo will gladly, reward you handsomely if you see his safe passage there to the city.
I'd like to confer with my companions for a moment.
Agreed. Let's go do a little huddle up.
He tells you, please, take your time, and he goes back to the feast and starts, eating away at a big roast piece of something.
How much y'all think we should charge this guy?
Gotta be in the thousands, right?
How far is it from here to Kintargo?
It is a 3-day journey.
$100 a day for each.
2.
Yeah, I'd say at least 200.
Okay, let's go big. Let's say 500
Each.
apiece. 1,500 for the trip. Each.
That's true. I mean, we can negotiate downwards a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, 1,500 gold each.
So you come back to him and you tell him 1,500 gold each?
Yeah, be 6,000 total.
He at first looks at you like you're kidding. When he realizes you're serious, he just says, well, that is unfortunate. And he goes back to the feast and just starts enjoying his meal again.
Okay, well, he's going to die on the way. Not our problem. Unless he dies on the way because we rob him and kill him.
You're going to rob and kill him on the way?
I mean, I'm not saying we should. I'm just saying that's an option open to us.
Accidents happen all the time in these parts.
As you can clearly see, this is a dangerous place.
Well, as the feast continues, no one else seems to be approaching you or propositioning you in any kind of way. However, as things start to conclude, a small cadre of the township here approaches you all, and they have a collection of a few little, like, seemingly handmade things that they've just whooped up, like, while the party was going on. But sitting underneath all of them is a small pile of coins, which you guys quickly tally up to be 1,200 gold. So you're gonna split that evenly?
Let's take 3 ways.
I mean, you know, you go to Edmonton, you lose out on the purse.
Okay, so you all wait a minute, hold on, delete that guy. See here, I will do it. Don't be cheating, adding money to yourself.
He's going to be so pissed when he finds out that not only did he lose his money because he gave it to a pirate, but he didn't get any of this.
Yeah, he's gonna be salty as fuck.
We should give it to him.
We're all prepared. Oh, you're already caving. God damn it.
Oh,
Stop being so Canadian, bro.
Sorry, Larry.
You give him some of your share.
No, no.
Just pretend he did something bad to you. Because if the roles were reversed, he would do this to you.
That's true. That's true. All right.
All right. All right. So the township has rewarded you as a thanks for saving them from the raiders. They have offered you, you know, provisions of rations should you need them to journey. However, they have given you directions and told you the way to go. There's a road that leads right to this city of Kintargo, the capital of Ravenel. Do y'all have any questions more for them?
I'd like to ask if they know anything else about the Scarlet Triad's operations in Kintargo.
At the mention of the Scarlet Triad, many of them, you know, kind of, you know, the conversation dims a little bit, right? And they all get a little kind of, having gone through the ordeal they just went through. However, a few braver village people speak up and they tell you that they had heard some dark rumors, but until that monstrosity of a ship wedged itself into their bay, they didn't believe that it could be true. That, you know, historically, the Scarlet Triad has been involved in slave trade, but not for many, many decades has it been an active, you know, business in these parts. Beyond that, he can't tell you anything more than they have heard, or they overheard, these slavers, these raiders, talking about a place called Sunset Imports, which is where they were trying to get back to.
I'd like to ask them what they know about that guy who just propositioned us to be his bodyguards.
Well, he is within earshot, so it's now very awkward.
I'll whisper it.
But they tell you that they don't know much more about him than you do. That he's a ambassador from Nadal who has shown up lately to try to, I guess, convince the Silver Council, just like he's told you guys. This is what he told the villagers when he got here to stay. They do confirm that he was not lying. He had not been here very long when you know, the raiders showed up and kind of fucked everything up.
Would we know what like the relation between his people and Scarlet Triad is? Like, do they have yeah, they have connections, or they're not related at all?
You're asking him or the townspeople or what?
Well, you said we have some knowledge about the place, so do we have any knowledge about? I guess we didn't even know the Scarlet Triad. So yeah, I'll ask the townspeople.
Well, they all tell you, I certainly hope not. That would be sinister indeed. And
Right,
they don't seem to know anything more than superficial information.
Okay, well, I'm all out of ideas.
Is there any dangers or things that we should know on the way to Katara?
Well, they all tell you they certainly hope not. And the last time that any of them traveled to the city, there was, no problem at all. But, they also didn't expect to be raided when they woke up this morning. So they tell you to always be prepared.
Alright. Yeah, I think we should just get going. What, 6 in the morning right now? If I'm reading the clock right, or?
Appears to be.
Yeah, we haven't rested yet either.
You have not.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna need to rest before we go in.
Could rest and start out in the evening. Or rest the whole day and
Yeah,
let
I
it
mean,
be.
we could just kill the rest of this day and start out tomorrow morning.
Alright, so.
Yeah, if we rest the whole day, I can put my spell back on my robes too.
Alright, so the day has gone by. Let me click Neji's. So click your rest button. Reset your slots and things. Alright, so you guys set out for Katargo. Let's see, what's this one called? That's the folder up here. And let's see here, let me fix this map up real quick. Excellent. Alright, so let me make sure there's no vision. Token vision, no fault exploration. Alright, so you guys set out, and after, let's see here, 3 uneventful days, you arrive on Sunday. It's actually just called Sunday. That always cracks me up. And you find yourselves entering through a bustling southern gate here into quite a different place than you left in Breach Hill. This place, Katargo, is much larger city, to say the least. Bustling trade seems to be happening here. Plenty of cultural life. You see artists and things already, even as you enter the city. You don't speak to anyone directly at first. You kind of, as you are wont to do as adventurers, you kind of try to catch the goings on, the ramblings of everyone around you, and you make your way towards this kind of green area over here. You notice it's a large temple, and as you approach, there's a lot of people standing around talking, and after a few minutes you catch the drift that you would expect. Perhaps people talk about the Scarlet Triad, right? If they've been raiding the countryside. But no, what you find is that people are very concerned about these Nidalese diplomats. Apparently, the one that you encountered was just one of many lately. And the talk from most people seems to be concerned with, you know, what they want in Kintargo, whether they're connected to some of the strange goings on that have been happening. You don't quite catch what they mean by that. However, you do piece it together that there are some kind of strange happenings going on, and people are connecting it with these Nidalese merchants. You've been looking around as you've walked, you know, from the gate here to the temple for any place called Sunset Imports, but you have not found it yet. So you are now free and open in the city. The only clue you have is Sunset Imports, but you could go to any place you would like.
So I want to do some shopping.
All right. You guys want to sell all the shit in Neji's bag?
Including his armor and weapons, or his loot. He doesn't have weapons.
He's also not leveled up, so we got an hour and a half. It shouldn't be too bad. This is what I'm gonna do. I have just thought of it. What are all these symbols? He's got every pair of manacles. Oh my god.
I'm sure he was grabbing those so he could
grabbed
sell
everything.
them for, you know, whatever small profit he can get off of them.
He's such a loot goblin, dude. Oh my god.
Well, I think they were like 50 gold a piece. It was surprising.
Jesus.
So let's sell all that and split the money between the three of us.
I'm doing it. He's got so much junk.
Yeah, I have a bit of junk too.
Alright, he's got, we'll round it up and call it 800 gold. Why does he have no gold in this game?
Because it got stolen by the pirates, remember? They took everything he
all
had
of
because he
it?
got caught lying to them about how much he had.
Well, I'm distributing the stuff that was sold to everybody. That way he won't whine about that one.
I do have stuff to sell for everyone as well.
What?
The Bloodseeker chain shirt, +1 rapier, +1 flail, +1 short bow, chainmail, +1 flail again, and the +1 striking mace.
Okay. So just everything in your bag?
More or less.
The club?
I want to keep the club.
The bow?
Yep. Take bows.
Well, you said the chainmail?
Yep.
The mace?
Actually, I'll keep the mace and then take the great clubs. I didn't realize there was 2 grades up.
Alright, that's 271. I'm just gonna give that to you. And you can dole it out if you'd like. Alright, so you have visited merchant, sold off some stuff. Wisely, you asked that person if they've ever heard of Sunset Imports. Let me see a roll from any or all of you on really any kind of, you could use diplomacy or you could use society or really any kind of recall knowledge. But if you want to specifically talk to this guy, it'd be diplomacy. So you find out that the location of Sunset Imports is on the north dock in this building right here. Here I can. In that building right there. Do I see it?
Yep.
Yeah. While we're at the shop, can I buy 5 moderate healing potions if they have them?
Let's see. Definitely do. What's the levels? 6, yeah. Let's see here. Oh, you had some in your bag already.
I'd also like to ask the shopkeeper if there is a craftsman in the city capable of working on weapons and armor.
Yes, there is.
I would like to ask him if I can purchase a bag of holding.
Okay. At the weapon shop? Or at this shop that you're at?
This shop here.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's pull up this spec. Let's see. Good. So let's see. Yeah. So for the weapons, they point you to a place nearby Sunset Imports called the War Cage. Let's see here. It is Just north of. Hold on, why's my finger not pinging? It is right here. So it's right by Sunset Imports.
Can they do armor there too, or does that need a different shop?
Let's see. I think that's just a weapon shop. Yes. It is just a weapon shop. Let's see here if they have an armor shop. And you guys. Doesn't look like they have a place that looks like it.
Okay, well, that's what I needed, so I'll just wait till we get somewhere we can do that.
Just a weapon shop. Alright, so you guys currently let's see. Alright, so you guys have gone from the courtyard and found yourself actually over at this park, at this establishment, and you have asked them if they can sell you a bag of holding. And she has come back to you and offered you what looks to be a quite well used bag of holding. It's got some patches and some stitches on it. And she tells you that she'll let it go for the cool price $350.
Is it type 1 or type 2?
She doesn't know what you're talking about.
All right, I'll do it.
Alright, she hands you her used bag of holding. And you hand her a few coins, and she rubs them together to make sure they're real, and then runs off gleefully. You check the stitching on that bag, and it seems to be legit, at least for the time being. It's holding.
All right, that's all I need.
So let's see. We'll say just a few hours have passed as you've whiled away here. You notice that this establishment you're in is not strictly a shop. And as it gets closer to lunchtime here, and just after, patrons start filing into this place, and it seems to be something of like a dance hall, like a get down.
We do have to find a drink. Yeah, we do have to find a place to stay the night too. I feel like we're going to be here for a couple days. While you guys drink, I can go find a place for us.
Well, you are probably concerned with checking out the Sunset Imports straight away.
I agree. That'd probably be our first stop before we get a hotel.
You could go book a hotel first, though.
I'll have a meeting point, but sure, let's go Sunset then.
May as well. Who knows? We might go there and have to go somewhere else immediately, and the hotel is a waste of time.
Well, I mean, I guess my point is, are you trying to rest right now?
No, no, no. I was just
You've
more
literally
getting a-
feasted and rested and...
No, I wasn't meaning to like rest or anything like that. I was meaning like get a base of operations in the city, not rest.
Fair enough. But so you all want to go ahead and approach Sunset Imports?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my vote.
Stealthily.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I can try and do that now.
So let me 1 moment. Oh yeah, this is Age of It. I'm always like, whenever I see a token with a default thing, I'm like, why? Oh yeah, this isn't one that you paid money for. This was homebrew.
Would it be smart if we all kind of walked up as not on a group of 3 so they didn't know we're together?
It's a strategic decision for sure.
I'd like to do that anyway. And Drez, you can go talk to him because you got good diplomacy, and then if anything goes down, bam, surprise.
I think Durwin should go talk to him, and I'll hide around the corner.
Hey, whoever has good diplomacy.
I think you're
I mean,
tired.
I've got deep diplomacy, but I am in no means eager to break stealth.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
All right,
What's your diplomacy?
15.
That's what mine is too, so I mean, you got as much chance as I do.
I guess I can go talk to him. I got a 17.
And we could just try not talking at all if you guys really want to.
Hey,
It's
I'm
just
fine to
straight
do-
We do have a pretty certain idea that these are Scarlet Triad slavers. We could just start killing.
I am down with that. You know that.
Broad daylight in the city, though? I'm gonna get guards after us, too?
Gonna do it stealthily.
Fair enough. As long as we can get in the building. Well, let's just see what it's like. Let's just go down there.
Yeah, let's take a look first.
Alright, well, give me just a second. Let me fix up some of these tokens here.
Just an FYI, too, I got assurance for my intimidation, so that's a 31 without rolling if we need to intimidate people.
Nice. I took intimidating glare too. We got a lot of intimidation in this group, but at some point you just start running out of good skill feats to take.
Yeah, I agree. I'm limited now at what I can take.
Does 2 not have the same, like in 1, there's all those that you take multiple times? Like,
You can. I haven't seen anything particularly good in those either.
so when we play Shadow Dart, Simplified. Just had a whole lesson with these kids today about how, like, the secret number of everything is really 8, because when you strip away all the modifiers, everything is pretty much plus or minus 8. If you've ever looked at that. Alright, let me change the color in the music. Alright, so it takes you just about an hour or so to get over here. Let me put you guys on the map and bring you over. He's gimped. Right, so almost there. All right, so as you guys approach this place, you see that it is about a 30-foot high building standing at the harbor's edge. There's large rectangular windows alternating with elegant pilasters along the building's facade, which is made of silver streaked stone. An enormous 15-foot tall double door facing the west is flung wide open. You see golden light emanating from the interior, and you hear upbeat mandolin music beckoning you from within.
Well, I guess I'll go walk up to the door and go in.
I will be right beside you.
I'm just gonna walk in the big swung open doors.
Maybe you guys open. I'm still on the old one.
So, I mean, we could try to sneak in one of these other doors up here on the north side.
I'm still on the city map.
Oh, we haven't got to where we are yet.
We might need to refresh.
There it goes.
You on this map now?
Stuck at 83%. Been pretty laggy today.
No, I can delete the chat here. That should help. Good spot where we can do that.
There we go. I am in. I guess right off the bat, I just like to cast mage armor right now.
Okay. Yes. Mage armor yourself.
Gotta be the most useful first level spell there is.
So you guys are standing outside of this establishment. You hear this music playing. What do you do?
I would like to stealthily move up to the side of the building. And then I want to just the area to the east of me, between me and this door, this first door here to the east, I want to do a seek. Make sure that there's no hidden guards or anything.
So what you're seeking, around this area by the wall, or by the door?
No. Over here in this door.
Okay. You want to roll it yourself? Just see.
Yeah, I'm just pulling up all the menus here.
You don't detect anything hiding from you.
Alright, I'd like to move over here next to this door. And then I will wait to see what the rest of the party is going to do.
You said we can hear music playing inside?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say we send Neji in there to be a bard and play some music and scope the joint out.
That actually sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so what do you specifically? You want me to walk in there?
Yeah.
What
I'll
if he
walk
just
down.
like walks in playing his lute and singing already, just joining into what's already going on?
Is that what you want him to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll walk down over to the side of the door and light up a little cigarillo.
I
Like to see
will
what he finds out.
be close by as well.
All right. So he starts playing his lute, and what, you want him to just walk in?
Yeah.
Yeah, just have him walk in like he belongs there, like he's part of the band.
Okay. He walks in, and the lady standing in here looks him up and down, and she says, "Pardon me, are you lost? I am Lady Sidrani Vashnarstil, the owner of this establishment, and I assure you there's little here to interest anyone of your pedigree. Good day." And he does what?
Next in the building. We learned what we need to know there.
I was going to say have him use his diplomacy to tell her that he is a traveling bard of some renown, and he heard the music on the street and just couldn't help but join in.
Yeah, sure. He's got great
Yeah.
diplomacy, right?
Good.
Yeah, let's do that then. See what we can find out.
All right. She is a little bit receptive to him once he kind of starts plying her with these stories of adventures, and how a great adventurer such as himself would be a great advertisement for her clothing and wares. And she becomes a little bit more receptive to him, and she allows him to start looking around the showroom, as it were, here. There's a multitude of luxury goods all around, vibrant colored rugs. There's a mandolin standing atop a stone pillar making the music, playing all on its own, obviously magically imbued in some way. And yeah, she now is she just assumes he's a legitimate customer.
How can we spend all of his money on useless stuff right now?
He doesn't have any. He's got like 200 gold.
It'd be
Buy him a set
200
of
left.
bagpipes.
I would like for him to
Yeah,
continue engaging her in conversation and keeping
Yeah.
her attention.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, so his check there just now was to make an impression on her, which he did very successfully. He could interact with her in all the other typical ways.
So I have him ask something like, this is not the place I expected to find such a fine luxury store, let alone this fantastic music. Ask her, what exactly it is that she does with all this space here on the docks.
Well, she explains to you that these are just the finest luxury goods in all of Kintargo, and that these are. This is where all of high society in this part of the world comes to shop.
While he's got her attention, I would like to stealthily try to open this door right here beside me.
Okay. It is locked.
Alright, I would like to try to pick it.
Okay. Go ahead with the D3. Okay. You successfully pick one tumbler, but the door remains locked.
Alright, let's work on the next tumbler.
Your pick breaks in the door.
Fuck. Let's see. Do I have replacement picks still? I should.
What?
Yeah, so I replace the pick. Try again.
You successfully lodge another tumbler, and the door remains locked.
That's a pretty badass door.
You pick breaks.
Fucking A. Alright, replacing the pick again. I feel like I'm in fucking Skyrim.
You successfully lodge another tumbler, and you feel the door unlocked.
Alright, I quietly push the door open.
You open the door up and reveal a hallway.
Alright, I step just inside. I might as well check for traps while I'm here.
You don't find anything.
Okay. What are you guys gonna do?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna kind of be waiting until something pops off. I don't really want to disturb Neji with talking to the storefront. And if I come close to you and start stealthing, I don't know if I can help you that much.
I mean, it's fine to just be in position, waiting
Yeah.
for something to happen. Totally fine. I just don't want to monopolize all the action here. if you
No,
guys
no,
wanna do
no,
something.
no, no, you're kind of how the story's going, so go ahead.
Vega, you got anything you want to do?
No, I'm not sure if I want to burn an invisibility spell just in case I'm going to need it right away. So
Yeah.
you keep doing your thing, and we'll see where that takes us.
Well, Neji's just kind of left out to dry here. He's just pretending to be shopping. He's
Well,
got.
let's have Neji try to woo her. Just to keep her distracted
Okay.
and staying in with last night's theme.
So, w-
Can he like use his performance to play a romantic and flirty song on his lute?
I mean, he can make another impression.
Let's do that.
She rebukes his further advances and is a little suspicious of him now, because he doesn't seem to be picking out any items to actually purchase. He's just kind of looking around, strumming his lute, and now he's like hitting on her.
All right, well, while he is crashing and burning, I'm going to move to this door right here. And I'm going to attempt to open it quietly.
Okay, you do so. The door comes open.
I will sneakily move through the door and inspect this room.
You don't notice anything other than an office here appointed with rugs and wall hangings, wooden desk, and a chair.
Alright, back out into the hall. And I will pass down the hall to this next door. And same thing again. I will attempt to quietly open the door.
Okay. So as this door creaks open, you notice that it is full of crates and all types of shipments, and standing in the middle of the room here is a large statue.
Alright, I'm going to move behind these barrels right here and take cover so I'm hopefully still hidden.
Well, yes, you have entered this room out unobserved.
Am I in a position where I can kind of inspect the statue, or do I need to cross to it and risk it coming to life?
You can inspect it anywhere from any place you would like, sure. You trying to see if you know what it is, or what are you trying to do?
Yeah. I mean, it seems like it might be something that might be good for a society check to see if I can identify the thing. It's kind of weird. You just have this big old statue in the middle of this mostly empty warehouse.
You stare at it, of course, from the rear, and you don't recognize, who it may be or what it is. It looks like a statue.
You could always come back and grab me to come and detect magic before we go and wake up a golem, maybe.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'm gonna back out the door, back down the hall, back outside, and I'm gonna come to the corner of the building and motion Vega over.
Should I come with you guys too, or stick with Neji?
My guess would be there's nobody else in the shop front right now except for that woman. I mean, hopefully she's not going to attack, and if she does, he can hopefully run.
Yeah. All right,
And if there was only some way to know if people were acting like normally.
I guess we could always get Neji to sense motive.
Yeah.
So Neji attempts to sense motive. And as he is, failing to come on to this lady, he starts to study her body language to try to determine, you know, just what in the world is going on here and why she was so dismissive at first and then immediately like helpful to him. And so again, he tries to, you know, kind of hit on her a little bit, and she doesn't, you know, she's not interested in that. He leans in real close though, and he just looks her right in the eye and he says, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And she just breaks down and she starts whispering to him in a hushed tone. "We were desperate to stay in business. We had unpaid bills, outstanding shipments, more goods than would fit the warehouse, and no one to buy them. Scarlet Triad seemed like the only way forward. I just really had no idea what they were really like. I'm not part of any of their frightful activities. I just want them gone, but instead they've taken over. I can't even get into the warehouse. There's something horrific going on back there. I would give anything. I would give up this business, which has been my whole life, to reverse this whole sordid mess."
Neji says, "So if someone can solve your problem, you'd give them your business?"
We can franchise then.
She's too distraught to contemplate. But she is open to any other questions relevant to
Neji will ask if we can help her out in any way.
She says, "Yes, you can get rid of the Scarlet Triad in my warehouse."
I'm going to come to this door right here and check and see if it's locked. I can open it for Neji.
Oh, well, she tells you that she is very concerned that something dark is going on constantly in the warehouse, that she's been hearing screaming and sobbing even as recently as a few minutes ago.
Then Neji tells her he's going to go and see what he can do.
Alright, or you want him to go?
Just have him come right here to this door back here, I think. To the hallway. He can join us right here. Go back in and take cover behind these barrels again.
Yeah, I will sneakily come in here as well.
Okay, so as you both enter, the clank of your armor causes this thing to turn around, and it raises an arm slowly and points at both of you, and it just says, "Passphrase."
Alright, so just as a side note here, I can't be detected on anything but a critical failure at this point.
Cool.
So if it starts shooting laser beams, I would like to not be shot at.
I mean, you're still in the area though, so just relax.
You're
not invisible.
I want to be not shot at with laser beams.
But you're not invisible though. You're physically in the area. So like so in your example of something like laser beams, you would definitely like have to make some kind of save.
Totally make a save. Try me.
The only point. Well, hold on. The only point of being like stealth is something can't like target you specifically. They could target the square that you're in if it's feasible that they would have an idea. But what you're saying is, oh, you can't be detected. So they wouldn't even be able to do that. But they could, in general, like, you could carpet bomb, right? I mean, that's what we did in Vietnam, right? We didn't know where anybody was in the jungle, so we just made it where there wasn't a jungle. right?
And that works so well.
Well, I'm
It's-
just saying, it's a
Sorry, I know it.
technique.
But any chance we can take a 10-minute break here? I gotta fucking put a kid back to bed.
Oh man, yeah, for sure. We take a break for that. Yeah.
If I'm not back in 10, then just continue and my
All right.
routine.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
But no, I'm not saying you're wrong. I mean, you need to point out when you wouldn't be detected. But like in this instance, he didn't detect on you. He detected on the guy standing next to you, right? But then when he turns around, boom, you're both right there. So like if he threw something in the area, I mean, you see what I mean? It's not quite the same. Even if you're invisible, you have to take like a laser beam would in an area. You know what I mean? Send your level 10 path builder. Don't tell him that, because how are we going to tell him he's dead if you ask him for his sheet?
Ask him for his new character sheet.
Yeah, his new character.
Send your level 10 backup character path builder.
Yeah, look, I'm going to say that right now. The backup. Oh, man. Man, you know, I haven't found anywhere local here to play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, and we have like a big Discord that's, I mean, it's mostly Magic people, right? Because they play Magic like fucking crazy. But like, yeah, I posted in there and I was like, yo, what's up, y'all? You know, this is my deal. I was like, I'm looking to play. I was like, but I'd be willing to DM, you know, just to get the ball rolling or whatever.
Yeah.
And I got like 3 or 4 people who were like, hey, hit me up if you start a group. I was like, yeah, no shit. But I don't know. I know this one guy that plays like locally. I'm about to get in with him. I need to just get some friends of mine to start playing. I got this one buddy. He's never played ever, but he loves Vox Machina. He watches. He watches the show. Yeah, I don't know. I never watched it.
What about that girl that? What was it she did? Did she work for?
Yeah, she ghosted me. Like she hit me up. I thought we hit it off. Like I waited like a week. Then I was like, hey, what's up? You know, hope you are. It was the end of the semester, so I was like, you know, reasonable. She's busy, right? But yeah, now, man, dude, nah, she just ghosted me straight on, dude. Sucks. Because I saw her the other day. Because she plays, there's this one dude that publishes a series of books called Battle Zoo that are like one of the big Pathfinder third-party books.
Yeah.
And she plays in one of his live streams because he does a few of the Paizo like official live plays. And so she's in one with what's her name? Vanessa Hopkins, the like one of the design chicks, 2 other like rando dudes, and then her, and she was on there the other day, and I was laughing, bro. I was telling who was I telling? Might have been saying this the other night in our other game, but I was seeing her playing some game on Discord while she was on the live stream.
Oh,
yeah, she was playing like some strategy game, you know, that you can like half pay attention to.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I see you farming. But yeah, no, she didn't hit me up, man. I was excited about that too. I was like, damn, this would be legit. Oh no. She probably Googled me and was like, what the fuck?
The fuck is a Deep Hollow Brewer?
What the fuck is this guy? Fucking weird. Need to upload I got some traction on YouTube, man. I uploaded these Diablo, like 1 minute Diablo videos.
Okay.
And I titled them Average Dad 1 hour a day, and then like whatever I was doing.
Right. It's trending right now, so it makes sense.
Dude, it's so funny. That whole Diablo dad meme is just fucking hilarious, bro. Man.
I'm telling y'all, September, I am going to disappear into Starfield. Y'all ain't gonna see me for 6 months,
Bro, I hope it's everything you want it to be.
I hope so too. I'm tempering expectations, but
I mean, when I watch their shit, I just can't help but feel like, this sounds like Star Citizen. You know what I mean? Like, and I know that it's, Star Citizen had much more, like, whatever. But it's just like, I don't know, man. The way Todd's talking about it, it's like, Jesus Christ, dude. Y'all just been busting a nut and make this space game. It must be, like, the best shit ever. I don't know.
See, the only reason that I don't say, this is kind of Skyrim and Fallout 4 all over again, Fallout 76 of, over promising and under delivering, is because they've got Microsoft standing over them now. And that kind of shit probably isn't tolerated.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my thing with space game. Oh, go ahead, man.
No, I can still see it happening though with Bethesda because they have the track record, unfortunately.
Part of the problem is when you're making an enormous open world game where you want to give players a lot of freedom to go and do things in the order they want to do them. You can bug squash all day and still not cover everything.
Right.
So the question is it going to be amusing bugs like Skyrim giants launching you into space with one hit, or is it going to be game-breaking bugs that keep you from progressing the main quest line?
Ship don't launch. I mean, I don't know. My thing is like space games, and I don't think I'm alone in this. You look at Odyssey right now, there were bugs at launch, whatever, but like Elite Dangerous Odyssey, like I don't know anybody that really gave a fuck. Like, I didn't give a fuck about getting out of my ship. I was fine being just in my ship. I mean, hell, I jumped out and flew immediately into the black and like just started exploring. Like, I like just flying the ship and cruising around in space. And then I don't know, once you kind of got me back into it there for a minute, I was doing a little bit of combat, but like, I don't know. The only time I've ever liked combat in a space game was fucking Star Wars, dude. You know?
From the direct, I don't know how the ships are going to handle, but at least in terms of the combat system, they're using that same thing that X-Wing TIE Fighter did of balancing your power between guns, shields, and engines.
Here's my thing, though, and yeah, I've seen that, and that doesn't look bad. I guess this is, and I just kind of came on this. This is what I'm kind of thinking about was like, I don't like it, and this is, I think, threw me off about Mass Effect. I don't like it when a sci-fi game makes the society like that old sci-fi show with the aliens and the humans. It was like War of the Worlds, I think, where like they all wear fucking leotards the same color and shit. And like, I don't know, man. It's just, with Star Trek, right? That's the thing, that Star Trek was kind of revolutionary because like they weren't just all the same kind of aliens and whatever, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that kills me is like you fly out to all these planets and then it's just some dopey some bitch looking just like me wearing the same shit. And it's like, I'm trying to meet some chick with 4 boobs, man.
Well, okay, so first off, this is a Bethesda game, so it will be modded with women with 4 boobs and probably more than that. So don't worry about that. But I'm thinking right now, they haven't shown us any like sentient alien life, but the story suggests that there is sentient alien life out there, what we've seen of the main story.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's all stuff that they're not revealing right now. They either want to put that out closer to launch or just let it be a surprise for launch.
Yeah. I mean, I guess my thing is like, either make it ultra like super survival, like you're in fucking space, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you got to survive out here in space, and you can't be like dicking around outside your ship with no helmet and this kind of thing or whatever, blah blah.
As far as I know, it is like that, because I know
Right.
there are environmental
Yeah.
factors you need the suit for and everything.
That's what I'm saying. Be like that, but then also have some kind of like genuine, like discovering some kind of, the monolith, right?
Right.
Or just be like No Man's Sky, where it's just so fucking outrageous. Like, every planet is just goofy as shit. Like, I don't know if you played any No Man's Sky. It is so fun, but every planet is just fucking bonkers. Like, bonkers. Like, the animals and creatures, and it's even more crazy now, because now it's actually, they've like, polished it a little bit. But just the procedural generation and all, it's just nutty, bro.
I'm very curious to see how smoothly that's going to go for Starfield. What they have said so far is that, there's over 1,000 planets you can go to. Most of those, well, they're all procedurally generated, but some of them have handcrafted things, like specifically put in specific places, like your main planets and your main cities. And then the others, they've gone and only around 10% of them are Goldilocks planets, just right to support life.
Mm-hmm.
And then the others are going to be, they're too close to the sun, too far from the sun. They don't have, the necessary balance to have life forms on them. So they're just going to be like resource planets, or, places that people have tried to settle, but they're not terraformed and things like that. And it'll be procedurally generated, but they've also got, like, I guess you'd call them handcrafted set pieces.
Yeah.
That are put into a suite that the game automatically chooses from to randomly place on procedurally generated worlds.
Yeah.
So, like, you and I could go to the same planet and encounter completely different things.
Different stuff. Yeah. I don't know. And I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked at this, and not to bog down here, because I see we over 10, but like, how is the universe? Is it the Milky Way? What is the universe?
Yeah, I mean, you're within the Milky Way galaxy.
Because that's a draw, and I know you've probably heard me mention this, but that's a draw in Elite Dangerous, is that it is 1-to-1 where we like have mapped and know, right? So you could fly to Andromeda, you could go find Voyager, you could go to the Horsehead Nebula, all these different ones, right? But then once you get out into uncharted space, as it were, they have their like galaxy engine that is their procedural generation that builds systems using like a set of rules, right?
Yeah.
And so it's obviously you're going to places that are fanciful and don't really exist, but likely do exist.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
as far as I know, I don't know how similar Starfield will be in terms of that, but I know, like, the first main city you get to, they said, is on Alpha Centauri.
yeah. I don't know, that rush of like jumping out of a star in Elite Dangerous into like a double neutron star system, and you gotta like pull up on the stick or eat shit, man, it's just a rush, dude. And then you gotta fly into the ejection from the neutron star, the supercharger thing. I don't know, it's so fun. I hope it's like that.
I hope it does too. It is too. Like, I don't really have a feel for how the ship flying is going to be. And one of my biggest questions right now is, when I get on my ship and take off from the planet I'm on, do I have to go through a loading screen?
Yeah.
Or do I get to just fly straight up out of the atmosphere into space, plot my jump?
You remember, or I hope you remember,
The server capacity for that would be...
well, the way they do it on Elite Dangerous is when you engage your like warp drive, you go through a loading screen. You should realize
it's a stealth loading screen.
Yeah.
I would imagine that's probably what's going to happen with Starfield as well.
Interesting. Well,
And
or I would
back.
I would like to see too. They had a thing in Star Wars Galaxies when you have one of the big cruiser ships. Well, and you can do this in Elite too. You can put that shit on an autopilot module and then get up and walk around your ship while you're just cruising through space at a leisurely, you know, 1,000,000 miles an hour or whatever. All right, well, GG game discussion aside, kids, it's all situated, everything good?
Yeah, we're all good. I hope.
Fair enough. As we say, this thing turned around and pointed in y'all's direction, not specifically at Drez.
Damn right.
And it says passphrase.
All right, so my suggestion is, Durwin, you run up there and you smack it in the knees and you say, "Here's your fucking passphrase."
Or else would it be worth it just showing him one of the sets of manacles with the Scarlet Triad symbol on it?
I mean, we could try that too.
Yeah, I was going to say Scarlet Triad, and then.
But there's no way it's that obvious.
Well, hey. Yeah, no, that's all I'm going to do. And
do a society check to see if you know any of the house words of the Scarlet Triad or some shit.
That is a good
Is there a common phrase they use?
Is there, what'd you say?
I'm doing the society check.
Is there like a common phrase that we know that they use? Like the house words in Game of Thrones, if you would?
No, you have not uncovered any
Okay.
that you recall.
Well, do you have any manacles left with a Scarlet Triad symbol? I have a set if we need.
I think I do.
I know we just sold about 35 pairs.
No, I still have 2. Yeah, I pull one out and say I'm part of this. I'm here. See this Scarlet Triad and pull out a thing of manacles.
Okay. So this thing steps forward and lifts up its arm like it's about to maybe take it from you, but instead it swings it into these crates right here in front of you, and they come flying at you. Roll a reflex save. Oh, baby. So, you are surprised at this sudden aggressive action by this creature. It knocks all of these crates straight at you. They hit you square in the face and break all around you, knocking you down to the ground prone and dealing 17 damage to you. With that, you all are engaged with this stone golem.
I assume you guys yell from the other room that it's on?
Yes.
I mean, I figured you'd be able to hear the sound of the smashing crates.
Well, then I will just do a big, loud, evil sorcerer cackle from the hallway. So that I can try my demoralize on him right off the bat.
Okay, you can try. This thing is mindless.
I assumed it wouldn't be possible, but... Party on, Wayne.
All right, so this encounter begins with you, Sir Fumbly.
Alright. First thing I do is get up. And I
Get
will
on
move.
up. All right.
I will move right to the golem.
Okay.
Well-
This area right here is difficult terrain, so just you should have plenty of movement, but just bear in mind.
Alright, once the game's unpaused, I'll move.
Oh, whoops.
All good. Alright, I'll move right there, and I will wing my hammer. There we go. And that will be the end of my turn.
What size is this thing? Like, how tall is it?
All right. You swing your hammer into this thing and wing it. You could recall knowledge on it, look at it. You wanted to estimate its size precisely.
Well, I'll save that to my turn, I guess. I'm going to recall knowledge for sure. But that's not for a while.
All right, you have one more action, Sir Durwin?
Nope.
Or no, you stood up.
got
That's
up.
right.
Yeah.
All right, Drez.
Alright, I am going to move to here.
Still stealthily?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and it hasn't acted yet, so it would still be flat-footed to me anyway.
Okay, so you're not moving stealthily?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll move stealthily, but even if it detects me as I approach
I
you.
mean, technically it did act. It smacked those crates.
Yeah, but that was before combat initiated. First turn of combat, it hasn't acted yet. And so I say, here's your fucking passphrase. And I hero point that. And I say, here's your fucking passphrase. That's more like it.
All right, you slash at this thing and you stumble, but you recover, and you are presented with a chance to grapple this creature.
I don't think I actually want to grapple the giant clay man. I think that might be a bad idea.
All right, well, you lop off a huge piece of stone from this creature, and I don't know if he can become enfeebled. Let's see, actually, let me see here. He does not become enfeebled. Well, are you trying to enfeeble it, or?
Well, if he can't be enfeebled, can he be slowed?
I mean, yes, but you should know that. Would you have chosen enfeebled?
Yes, I would have it chosen enfeebled. So we'll say this is a learning opportunity. Enfeebled didn't work, and next time I'll know to slow
now
it.
you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a fair way to do it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of an either-or decision on that one. Yes, but he is immune to. I mean, obviously he's made of stone, so he's immune to most kind of like mental, physical, reducing attacks. Yes. You all generally know that as adventurers.
I
So,
think we should. I know in Outlaws we know that.
well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
can't get blood from a stone, right? We all know that. All right. So, do you have one more remaining action? No. You moved and struck twice. No, you hero pointed.
Yeah. So I've only
Yeah.
struck once.
So he stays flat-footed. Yeah.
Yes. Well, he'll stay flat-footed
To
for
start
everybody.
I got yeah.
Yeah. Well, just do a map strike here and see what happens. Nothing good.
Mm-hmm. What you want Neji to do? Keeping in mind he's still level 9.
I guess his
screw.
Inspire Courage
Lingering
combo thing.
Lingering
Yeah.
composition, inspire courage.
Well, we'll let him move into this room at least.
Or what does inspire heroics do?
It's an embellishment of Inspire Courage, I think.
So inspire defense would be the other one.
DC is usually very hard. The status bonus from Inspire Courage increases to +2. So Inspire Heroics is a focus utility on top of either courage or defense.
So does it like increase our AC?
I literally just said it.
Okay.
It's the bonus from Inspire Courage or Inspire
Okay.
Defense increases to 2 on a success or 3 on a crit. Yeah.
Well, if you guys don't mind, I think inspire defense would be the best.
But the DC is a very hard DC.
For Inspire Heroics?
Yes, to add that on top.
Gotcha.
That's just performance is what?
Which a very hard DC for you guys is. Let's see. 31 is a very hard DC.
So he's got plus 21 performance, so it'd be a 50-50 shot.
I say we just do the regular Inspire Heroics.
All right. Well,
just in case we need to save that for.
That's not a thing. Courage or defense?
Courage.
That's
just
your
for
choice.
defense. Yeah.
Like courage gives you the extra extra +1 after all the checks and shit. Yeah, that's fine. You guys are the ones that are face to face with the guy. I'm going to be at a distance, so it's up to you. Figured if we could raise Logan's AC up to 30.
Yeah, let's
up to 33.
Hold on.
do it.
He's supposed
Try
to be
something
using
different.
uses his focus spell. He ain't been clicking that button. Yeah, he ain't been clicking that button. It's supposed to use a focus point.
Doesn't it say increase the number of focus points?
Do what?
Oh, that's right. His Inspired Heroics feat just gives him an extra one. So yeah, it would cost a focus point. He's been cheating twice.
No, that's what I'm saying. He used to click it like that, but now he don't. Because now I know how it works, and so he's just been rolling it. But that means it's not been taking away the focus point.
Yeah. He's been cheating twice. That's what I figured.
God damn it.
Wonder how many we'll find out by the end of the night.
Busted.
Should find him 100 gold for every one you find.
I did that shit one time early on just to make sure we all knew how Pathfinder was working. And I was like, never again. I'm not doing this. Alright, so that is a crit on his courage. We were doing courage, yeah? Is that what we settled on? Now, he is right about one thing, and I guess this is where... So, I do believe all of that is free, I think. Let's see. Yeah. No. All of that takes one action. Now that part is true. Does not cost you an action necessarily to do lingering composition. It's tacked on to inspire courage.
Yeah,
But it definitely
like-
uses
like
that
level
focus.
2, right?
Yeah, but it definitely uses that focus point.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, 100%. Cheating ass.
I will say in his defense, just because I do remember when I'm focusing points, he is also doing it as well. I don't know if he's keeping track himself.
I know, but it's funnier this way.
Oh yes, I 100% agree with that.
We're definitely going to
Just
harass the shit out of him.
Yes.
All right, so he has 2 actions, or 1 action remain. He moved.
Recall knowledge.
All right, on this creature. What do you want him to use? I can't really pick because I'm kind of biased.
Well, let's see what he's got.
I mean, he's plus 11 in occultism, society, and theater.
I might as well try occultism. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
He definitely senses mystical energies imbuing this object, but he does not remember studying anything about golems specifically enough to tell him any, beneficial information. Womp womp. Vega. And that's supposed to have been secret. Whoops.
well, I guess. Walk to the door. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And since I've seen golems in the past and I'm into magic, I'm going to use a recall knowledge arcana to figure out to remember if which spells this creature is either immune to or weak to. And then, yeah.
All right, so in your studies of the arcane arts, you definitely looked at several types of golems, and you are aware that they are immune to all the physical effects: bleeding, disease, draining, fatiguing, as well as mental effects, being that they are a mindless creature. As far as resistances, it varies depending on the type of golem that they are. But this one you all have identified as being made of stone, marble, in fact. And as such, you know that it just has very minor physical resistances to damage. The only metal that can overcome any of that is, of course, adamantium or magically imbued objects.
So all of our magic weapons should bypass then?
They already have. They already have been. But yes.
I just wasn't sure.
I mean, I hit the stone man for over 50 with a sword, so
And no weaknesses? No.
No, you want me to just say no? You didn't like my flavor answer?
No, that was perfect. So, only got 1 action left. I'm gonna move again. Right into the corner. And that's my 3. Move, recall, move.
All right. This thing. Seems not agitated, but definitely its level of ire seems to have increased. and it picks up its big stone feet, and it just begins to march straight through you guys towards Vega. So all three of you guys, and I'll do it for Neji here if it'll work. Click that fortitude save. Is this gonna be for Neji?
Damn, I failed on a 30.
Just ignored the guy who chunked off 50 points and went to the dude who ran away.
Well, he did step on me on the way. And I didn't even have to pay for it.
Alright. So as this thing chunks by you all, it just pushes you straight out of the way. Neji critically failed. Actually.
Damn, he really is dead.
Hey, would it be funny if he actually did die? He'd never believe us.
Damn, bro. So as it terrifyingly marches over to you, Vega, you are clenching your butthole, getting ready to be stoned. Jokes on him, you already are. No. No, this thing starts to slowly vibrate and kind of you wonder if it's about to cause like an earthquake or the whole building to fall down. But as these emanations vibrate more and more, you find yourself having to clench tighter. Vega, click that fortitude save.
Ooh.
Talking about clenching and vibrations, I don't guess any of y'all watched Always Sunny this week, have you?
And I need to get back to watching. Oh, nice. I need to get back to watching Always Sunny. I haven't watched it for years, bro. So you clench just the right amount of tight, and you prevent yourself from falling under any ill effects.
You guys ever watch Workaholics?
I never have.
That's the definition of tight butthole right there.
Is that one where they're like in the cubicle? It's like the three guys in the cubicle.
Yeah, and they're just get fucked up at work all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
The call center.
Yeah.
Their catchphrase is tight butthole.
Gotcha. Well, there it is. So, having calmed down from vibrating, it delivers on what you first expected and brings down a big stony fist in your direction. Let me make sure that wasn't a... No, it wasn't. Okay. Oof.
So close. Just to avoid the crit.
What you got?
So I have to go up by +2, right?
I can help you though.
Yeah.
So my triangular teeth item,
Yeah.
I gain a +2 circumstance bonus to. Well, it's only if they're in water, +1. Well, that's not gonna work. Never mind.
But I could help take some of that damage.
That's all good. This will be the only time he hits me. But I would not turn it down if you did take some damage.
You protective out of the strikes your foe against.
Bro, you a good 10 feet away from that thing. Get the fuck out of here. You got barrels in between you.
It's supposed to be 15 feet. I know it does not say in there, which I'm pissed off about.
What about these barrels, bro? Well, they did just get crushed and crunched. They're difficult terrain, though.
Oh, yeah.
No, what are you trying to use it with your something or what?
My championry action. Protect your allies and strike your foe against. Yeah, it doesn't. Why does it always say like that? Sorry.
I found with a few things it gives a description in there.
And
not the
yeah,
full-
Let's see here. So you're saying the range is 15 feet, and you only get to strike if you're within melee.
within, and then
Reach.
it should be giving me Vega some resistance.
Well, yeah, yeah. Let's see. See specific. What's your cause?
Paladin.
Oh. Is that where it is? It says 15 feet.
Boop.
I feel like we looked at this before. Here it is. Yeah, the full description is in. Well, no. Yeah. The full description is in. How do I put this in the chat? Is in Paladin. Hold on. The full description is in can y'all see that if you click it? But yeah, 15 feet. An enemy damage your allies, and both are within 15 feet of you, so they both got to be. So you can't do it. I'm sorry. Because look, he's got to be in 15 feet too.
Like I said, it's all good. It'll be the last time the only
But
time.
now we know. So
Yeah,
we learned some, or I do. All right, so your paladin oath grants you nothing, and you question your gods as your companion suffers vicious damage. But now you can do something.
Well, it'll be a perfect opportunity to use my new Cape of Montebank.
Well, it's Durwin. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Oh, my bad.
Okay, 5, 10. No, sorry, it's 10 would be right there, right? Difficult terrain.
As you finger your Cape of Montebank, you notice that the tag says Sunset Imports on it, and recall that you read that earlier. But yes, go ahead, Sir Durwin.
Okay, I
Attack. All right. You hit this creature.
there, and then I raise my shield and yell at it for a free action.
All right. Your tiny little kobold voice strikes no fear into this heartless creature. Drez.
Okay, so this won't actually make a difference here, but just out of curiosity, what kind of difficult terrain is this now?
Debris. Like destroyed objects, wood.
I can never remember which terrain stalker stuff I'm good on. I think it's rubble.
I
well,
believe
like I
that's
said,
one of the rubble category. If you,
it doesn't really matter because it's not going to slow me down enough to keep me from getting back over here to it. Just I took those terrain stalker feats early on, and
yeah,
they have never been useful.
But now, is it flat-footed through your turn here, or
to me it is? It's not flat-footed to everybody else anymore, but because of unbalancing blow, it stays flat-footed through the end of this turn for me.
Okay.
Taking advantage of that. Damn it. Okay, hero pointing again. And I say, you want seconds with that?
Yeah, you did. I just didn't come up with a good way to give it to you. I didn't want to disappoint Sir Durwin, so I figured you all just know by now, so if I don't say something, All right, so you fling a mighty rapier blow at this creature and strike it once again for quite a bit of damage as a chunk of stone falls off of it.
He has a rapier wit and an even rapier face.
Wow.
All right, let's try this again. Jesus.
Knew a guy who started off his best man speech at a wedding with that statement.
Wow. And so it turns to Neji once more. Would you have him do?
Let's see, what kind of fun stuff does he have here?
He has healing spells.
I said fun stuff.
I vote for a level 3 soothe, level 4 soothe for me.
I second that.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
All right, so he targets you up and soothes you with some sweet energy. I had a college roommate who used to listen to fucking Enya all the time, bro.
The only Enya song I've ever heard is the one she did for Fellowship.
Yeah. Oh shit. Whoa. I thought you was gonna say that "Sail Away" song. That's what I was.
Okay, well, I guess I have heard 2 Enya songs.
And I'd be hearing that song all the time.
But no, she did a song for Fellowship of the Ring, but that's the only other thing that I've heard.
This chick played the violin too. I was like, you understand music. Why are you listening to shit? Anyway. So, he soothes you.
And then you should get some distance between him and the golem.
Well, no, yeah, that was 2 actions, so he can move fully, and he's got a healthy movement speed of 40 feet.
Come over this way.
Okay.
Just in case some more Scarlet Triad show up from somewhere.
Sounds like a plan. Vega.
Alright, well now, I'll use my cloak. Ooh, my Neji thing. Cloak of Montebank and cast Dimension Door. I'm just gonna cast it from my spell list and then re-add it because I don't... The item magic does not work in fucking anything. I will Dimension Door myself over here. Like a, oops. Can still get a good line of sight on him. And then for my last action, I'll drink a lesser healing potion.
All right.
That's the end of me.
Where's your potion?
Oh crap, it's in my bag. Never mind. That'll take 3 actions to get.
You aren't holding one?
I have a moderate, but I don't need a moderate right now.
Okay, so you just gonna stick your hands in your pocket?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna prepare for my next turn.
Okay. So this thing goes to attack once more. But just before it does, you all are taken somewhat by surprise, as from the back corner over here, a shout goes out, and some crates go flying in Neji's direction as a Scarlet Triad thug reveals himself over here. And let's see, Neji's gonna have to make fortitude reflex save.
Gotta love doing that as a GM. So I'll go and hide over here so no one else gets me. That's where the guy is.
Where he is now.
Exactly. All the best laid plans.
All right, so he saves himself from the worst of this, but whoops, that's the wrong one. But shards of wood come tumbling at him, and he still manages to take half of that damage. As he is taking that damage, this brute cackles and joins the fray. However, it is not the only disturbance. You guys see from atop some crates over here a vicious looking creature who cackles at all of you. And let's see here.
Burn the witch.
Give me a thing.
That looks like a demon. I won't go after it.
Alright, so looks like just about everybody. Click that right there.
I want to hero point that.
Yeah, I'll hero point mine too. Why not?
Okay. Go right ahead.
I have to roll here. 50-50 shot.
Okay. Oh, and let me. I keep forgetting I gotta do Neji. I'm like, come on, Neji, dumbass.
He will hero point as well.
Yeah, I was about to say he's got 3 on deck, so get ready. We about to pass this, boys. Keep rolling. Keep them coming. There we go. Alright, so as this creature stands atop these crates and begins to bellow out, you all feel a terrible energy pass through your body. Most of you are able to steal your minds and your souls. However, questioning his god, his paladin cause, Sir Durwin lets the evil slip into his mind, and he becomes enslaved and enfeebled too. He is now completely under the control of this demon.
Oh, great.
Now, what that means is you can still do whatever you do, but the demon will benefit from certain things that may happen to you. What they are, you will have to wait and find out in next week's episode.
All good.
How about stopping right there? What you think?
Oh, I'm 100% down with that.
Yeah.
All right, so
Add that last guy to the initiative, or we should not know his name. Is that why you're keeping it out?
well, no, I can add him in, and you still won't know his name.
His name's Durwin.
Well, you know where that falls apart, and y'all have seen it in my little mod that does the turn thing, and then in sometimes when like in the different mods that do their names on here, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all just ain't in the habit of asking their names because we started and we weren't really doing it that way anyway. So We'll get there. But yes, it's a good place to stop. Agreed.
Yep.